great. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I couldn't hear you. Appreciate it. Mr. Chairman, I like to submit my remarks for the record. And first off, I want to thank you for inviting me today, allowing me to speak and ask a few questions. Depot readiness and modernization is a topic that's of great importance to me, not only to me, but to Texas and the country. Our district is home to Red River Army Depot, which is the Army's Center for Industrial and Technical Excellence for tactical wheeled vehicles. Depots improve readiness and save the federal government billions of dollars every year. Specifically, Red River has created a unique capability of flyaway teams to address the urgent matter of Humvee rollovers. The Army has invested considerable resources in the depot to have a core capability to install the ABS and ESC rollover kits, and they have special tools and equipment to do so. The Army projects it'll maintain about 50,000 Humvees in service until 2050 that did not have the rollover mitigation or ABS capability addressed in the new production. With so many of these legacy vehicles being new or like new, they're used by our soldiers every day and located across the United States. We've lost too many soldiers to these rollover accidents. However, the rollover mitigation technology that is on them, once it's in place, it works just as well as like a new vehicle that are coming offline on 2019 and in 2020. And readiness is clearly an issue for the base commanders in terms of how to address the safety issue, whether they're new or they're like new and used vehicles. So I think the solution for good policy is the flyaway teams. A brand new Humvee costs $400,000. A retrofitted Humvee costs $15,000. And if we could, I know we can't retrofit them all because some of them are just so old that it's just time to buy new ones, but we can retrofit most of them. And we can save literally billions of dollars. The high estimate is about 12.9 billion. I think we must do it. We're in a time where we're in some budget crunches, particularly vis-a-vis defense. So this is my concern is there wasn't a lot of money allocated for this in the budget. And we have teams that are in place that are highly skilled, but if they're not doing the work, we're going to lose those teams. So what I wanted to do is if I could have a question for Secretary Saunders, and it's a compound question, but how much of a priority is it for the Army and across the military to do what I just described? And if it's a major priority, is it? I believe it should be, then why wasn't it fully funded? And then lastly, in your view, did the Army emphasize the importance of this program to the appropriators? Did they emphasize it appropriately? I really appreciate to hear your response. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Fallion. I appreciate your question. First of all, I want you to know that the Army views as our #1 priority as people that the life and safety of our soldiers is paramount. And so ensuring that they are equipped, that they have equipment that is safe is a priority. The Army does intend to equip all of our Humvees that are in the fleet with the increased safety capability as soon as fiscally possible. But as you know, the Army is also modernizing. And so this is a balance. And so in our light tactical vehicle fleet, we're looking at bringing in the JLTV. We're looking at bringing on Humvees off the production line that already have safety equipment, as well as retrofitting. So it's a balance across the entire wheeled vehicle fleet. In 22, we do have 10 million set aside for retrofit kits, but we are also sharing the resources with JLTV as well as Humvees coming off the line already with the advanced safety capability. And then I do want to remind you in FY21 we were given an additional $4.5 million to send out 2 teams to Fort Bragg and Fort Lewis to retrofit teams, so to retrofit vehicles. So this is important to us, but we're looking, while keeping safety paramount, we're also looking at how we're modernizing while maintaining our enduring force.
Right, and Secretary, sorry to cut you off, but with all due respect, we only funded about 1% of the vehicles for retrofit. And as you just mentioned, JLTV is going to come online, I believe, in 2050. So buying new Humvees that we know aren't are going to be replaced. I think that it was not quite the balance that it should have been, and I would really like to see, and will advocate for the retrofitting whenever possible. And the 10 million was a pittance, considering it should be probably closer to 200 million. But thank you so much for your question, and Mr. Chairman, I yield back.